Alexa, light up the studio.
I know what that means. It's time for Digital Dive with Homes for Heroes.
So let's do this.
You are now tuned into Digital Dive with Homes for Heroes. Launching voice. Engaging Alexa. Activating flash briefings.
Hello everyone and welcome to Digital Dive with Homes for Heroes, a video series of step-by-step video tutorials on digital marketing tactics and strategies to help you grow your real estate or mortgage lending business. I'm Seth Jeska, the Emerging Media Manager at Homes for Heroes, and today I'm going to walk you through how to create a flash briefing for Alexa smart speaker devices to engage with current and potential clients. Now, if you are unfamiliar with what an Alexa smart speaker is, this is what an Alexa smart speaker looks like. Now, users of Amazon Alexa smart speakers can use these devices to stay up to date, be informed, be entertained. They can receive news updates, they can listen to music, and they can play games. They can even voice activate smart home devices within their home by giving commands to Alexa. And even more important and relevant to this episode of Digital Dive with Homes for Heroes, they can receive important information and tips from their favorite businesses and brands whose flash briefings they subscribe to. So let me just give you a quick example. Alexa, what is my flash briefing?
Seth, here are the stories you haven't heard yet today. From Homes for Heroes, here's a tip to simplify your home purchase. Did you know that most heroes save $2,400 on average when buying a home through Homes for Heroes? Not only do you receive a check for 0.7% on average when you purchase a home using a Homes for Heroes real estate specialist, you will receive additional savings when you use a Homes for Heroes mortgage specialist, home inspector, and title company. That's all for now.
So this is just an example of how consumers can receive important information and tips from their favorite businesses and brands. And this is an example of a flash briefing that I'm going to help you create today. Now, if you're a little bit skeptical and unsure if this is the right digital marketing tactic or strategy for your business as a real estate agent or mortgage lender, let me just throw out some stats that might tell you otherwise. So according to a media company called TechCrunch, as of January 2019, there were over 100 million Amazon Alexa smart speakers sold to U.S. households. And that makes up over 70% of the U.S. smart speaker market share. And when you add on to that, the most common ways that users are engaging with Amazon Alexa smart speakers, 8 out of the 10 most common ways are consumer or purchase driven. So it's becoming even more important and critical in today's day and age that businesses, brands, real estate agents, mortgage lenders are building their audience on Amazon Alexa smart speakers. Now, there's 2 ways that you can go about this. The first way is that you can build and optimize your SEO on the search engine site Bing, or number 2, you can create customer loyalty with current and potential clients by creating flash briefings for Amazon Alexa devices. Now, as you've already seen what a flash briefing is a way for consumers to receive important information, important tips, and stay engaged with the businesses and brands that they really prefer and they like. So if you're a little bit intimidated or overwhelmed with the thought of creating a flash briefing for an Amazon Alexa device, the process is really simple. Amazon has really simplified the process for you and me, or even the most, or even the least tech-savvy person can create a flash briefing for an Amazon Alexa device. They have created what is called Amazon Blueprints, and it really is a template where you can just insert text or insert audio file to create a a flash briefing for Amazon Alexa device. And that's a process that I'm going to walk you through today. The steps are really simple. The process is really easy. So why don't you say we jump into it? I'll show you how to do it, and you'll see how easy and how fun it can be. So let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to want to do when you create your Amazon Alexa flash briefing is you're going to want to define your audience, who you're creating this flash briefing for. Before you start anything, define who you're creating this for, especially if you have multiple clients or segmented clients. For example, if you're creating a flash briefing for home buyers, that would be a completely different flash briefing that you would create than people who have already bought a home from you. And once you've done that, then you can define the content theme that you're going to create these flash briefings around. So again, if you're creating this for home buyers, you're going to probably want to create a content theme for home buying tips. If you are targeting people who have already bought a home through you, you're going to probably want to provide them home ownership tips to keep them engaged with you. So step number 1, define your audience. Step number 2, define your content theme for that audience. So once you've defined those two things, you can actually get into creating your flash briefing. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is script your flash briefing. So once you've identified the theme for your content, open a blank document on your computer and script out the first flash briefing. Try to keep your script to 400 characters or less to accommodate Alexa's character limitation. So I've already gone through the process of creating my flash briefing on a blank document, and you can see right here the flash briefing that I created. So once you have created the script for your flash briefing, the next thing that you're going to want to do is script your introductory message. Now, the introductory message is how Alexa introduces your flash briefing. So on the same document, script out the introductory message for your flash briefing. This introductory message should set the stage for your audience with the information that they're about to receive. And it should be limited to 70 characters or less. And as you can see here is the introductory message that I created that Amazon Alexa actually read off before she read my flash briefing. So once you have done that, you can actually go to blueprints.amazon.com. Now, this is the place where you're going to actually create your flash briefing. I'll actually provide a link to this page in the description below this video so you can easily access it. So go to blueprints.amazon.com. Now, once you're there, you're going to need to either log into your Amazon account or you're going to need to create an Amazon account. Creating an Amazon account is really simple. There is no financial commitment. It is just simply providing your email address and a password to have login credentials, but it really is a simple process. But you're going to need an Amazon account to actually create a flash briefing. So once you are on the Amazon Alexa Skill Blueprints page, you're going to want to scroll down to the Community and Organizations category. And once you're there, you're going to see the tab for Flash Briefing. And you'll just want to click on Flash Briefing. And this page will give you a little bit information on how to create a flash briefing, but since I'm going to walk you through that, just click on Make Your Own. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is name your feed. So this is going to display for the flash briefing on the Amazon Alexa app. And you can only set this up once. So make sure that you set it up exactly the way that you want to do it. I actually typed my notes, so I'm going to name my feed Home Buying Tips from Homes for Heroes. And I can just simply go over here, paste it in. Next, you're going to want to select a category. And the category that you want to do is productivity and utilities. And next, you're going to want to fill in the introductory message that you already created. So just go back to your blank document and copy the introductory message. Go back to here and click paste. And there you're good. Now, in terms of content, there are 3 different ways that you can put the content into the Amazon blueprint. You can upload or you can record an audio file. So if you just want to record an audio file from your computer, you can certainly do that. If you want to upload a recording, for example, if you want to record an audio file on your phone and then email it to your email address, download it to your computer, and then upload it here, you can certainly do that. You can also use text, and you just simply copy and paste text into this box, or you can use an RSS feed. Now, the RSS feed is a little bit more advanced, and I will probably create a separate tutorial on how to create an Amazon Alexa flash briefing with an RSS feed, but that's a little bit more advanced, and we're not going to get into that today. For simplicity's sake and to get you guys going, we're going to focus on recorded audio and text. So there are 2 distinct differences that you should note between recorded audio and text. First, recorded audio is going to play the voice of obviously the audio file that you upload, and it's going to sound something very similar to this.
From Homes for Heroes, here's a tip to simplify your home purchase.
Did you know that most heroes save $2,400 on average when buying a home through Homes for Heroes? Not only do you receive a check for 0.7% on average when you purchase a home using a Homes for Heroes real estate specialist, you will also receive additional savings when you use a Homes for Heroes mortgage specialist, home inspector, and title company.
Now, if you choose to use text as the content form, Alexa will be the one that's actually reading your flash briefing, and it will sound something like this.
From Homes for Heroes, here's a tip to simplify your home purchase. Did you know that most heroes save $2,400 on average when buying a home through Homes for Heroes? Not only do you receive a check for 0.7% on average when you purchase a home using a Homes for Heroes real estate specialist, you will receive additional savings when you use a Homes for Heroes mortgage specialist, home inspector, and title company. That's all for now.
The other distinct difference between audio files and text as a content form is when you use audio, there is not a limitation in terms of the audio file. With a text, you are limited to 400 characters. So with audio files, you are obviously able to add a lot more to your message. However, keep in mind that your flash briefings should never be longer than they need to be. Try to keep them concise, keep the message really short, concise, so your users or your subscribers to your flash briefing are not going to be overwhelmed or feel like they have to sit down and really take the time to consume your flash briefing every time they activate it. So keep it short, concise, and really, however you want to do it, recorded audio file or text is really certainly a personal preference up to you. So first, let's add the text file. So we just go back over to our blank document, and we will copy the flash briefing text. And we will just paste that in here. Now the content title, this will appear on Alexa devices that have a screen. So if the user is activating your flash briefing through an Amazon Alexa Echo, there will be a screen on that device and it will show the content theme. So for this one, I chose Save Money with Homes for Heroes because that kind of summarizes what I'm talking about in my flash briefing. So I'll just go here, copy, and I'll paste that in here. The next thing that you're going to want to do is select the content update frequency. Now, really, whether you select daily or weekly, it is not a big deal. Don't get too caught up on selecting the right one or feeling like you have to upload daily if you select daily. This is really just to give the people who subscribe to your flash briefing an idea of what they can expect. You are not going to be held to these standards if you select weekly. You're not required to only update once a week. But just keep in mind, if you do select daily, if you're only uploading once a week, you should probably just change it to weekly. And, vice versa. If you select weekly, you probably don't want to be uploading content daily. So don't feel you're held to a rigid standard in this. It's just to give the subscribers an idea. So once you've selected your content update frequency, you can go up to select next name. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is name your name your skill. Now with this, you're only allotted 3 words, and there are certain words that you cannot use. So the, for, of, the conjunction words, those are not allotted. So for mine, I chose home buying tips. So I am just going to copy and paste that in here. So once I've created the skill, it is going to take me to this page, and it's going to tell me that my Alexa skill is created, but as you can see here, that I am the only one that has visibility to it. So if I want to make this available to others, the first thing that I want to do is publish my Alexa flash briefing to the skill store so other people are able to discover it. So just click on Publish to Skill Store. And you're going to have to go through the process of filling out a little bit of additional information. I think I created this. So, yep, I created a name for the Alexa Skill Store name. So I'm just going to copy and I'm going to paste that here. And it's created by, when you add a name to the created by, think about branding. So, you can certainly use your name, but if you have a brand that you go by, that'd be certainly what I would choose to use in this space here. So once you have filled that out, you can click Next Details. And now you're going to want to select a category. So the category that you're going to want to select is Organizers and Assistants. So here we are. Go under Productivity and select Organizers and Assistants. Next, you're going to want to enter keywords in so people can discover your skill if they're searching on the skill store. So I have actually created some tags. I'll just copy and paste those there. Next thing you're going to want to do is add an icon, or you can upload your logo as the skill icon. Now, if you want to upload a logo, you can click here and upload a file from your computer as a PNG or JPEG file, or you can simply go to Create, and it gives you the option to pick from some icons. I'm not going to go through the very tedious process of designing something, so I'm just going to select that for simplicity's sake. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is add a short description. Now I have, again, already created a short description for the Alexa skill store. So I'm just going to go back here, copy it, and paste it. And this is really just to give the people who are discovering your skill on the Alexa store, it's to give them an idea of what your skill is providing. So make it enticing, make it descriptive, let people know what they can get out of your skill by downloading it. So the next thing is an Alexa skill store detailed description. So I have actually created one already, and this is just a more in-depth description of your flash briefing or the skill that will be advertised on the Alexa skill store. So think about your description as a very short, enticing way to inform people about why your skill or your flash briefing is very advantageous for them to download. And the detailed description is just going to provide more in-depth information on that short description. So once you have added that information, you can click on Next Policy. So you're just going to have to answer a few questions on whether your skill is intended for kids under the age of 13. There's no curse words. There's no profanity. There's no nudity. But at the same time, I'm going to click no because it is not intended for them. It is intended for adults. So I want to make sure that I just click no. And I am not advertising anything. So I'm going to click no. And if there is a terms of use, like if you have terms of use policy on your website that you want to include, you can certainly include that URL here. I don't feel that it's necessary for mine because I am just simply providing them information and they are subscribing to it. So I'm not going to include anything. And then I'm going to click Next Review. So you just want to simply go through this information, make sure that all the information is correct. If it is all there and correct, you can click Publish to the store. So once you have submitted your flash briefing or your Amazon Alexa skill for approval, Amazon will take about 1 or 2 days to make sure that your flash briefing is in order, everything is kosher. They just want to make sure that everything that they push out to their users on their Amazon Alexa skill store is user friendly. So they'll just go through the process, and that generally takes 1 or 2 business days. But once your skill is approved, people will be able to discover your skill on the Amazon Alexa skill store. And if they're searching for skills or flash briefings on home buying tips or home ownership tips, if you put those words in your tags, people will be able to discover your flash briefing. But once this is approved, you will also be provided a link to your flash briefing. Now, this link is important because this is your way to promote the flash briefing. So you can share that flash briefing in your email list. So as you send out emails to your clients or to people who have already purchased a home with you, you can ask them to subscribe to your flash briefing by providing them that link. You can also put that on your website. Put a clear call to action. Hey, receive great home buying tips on your Amazon Alexa device by subscribing to my flash briefing. You can push that out on your social media channels. So make sure that you're using this link to promote your flash briefing and getting people to subscribe to it. So that's an important aspect of it. It's not just enough to create the flash briefing. You're going to want to use that link to promote your flash briefing. So that is how you create an Amazon Alexa flash briefing. I hope that you guys have found this very helpful, and I hope that you are going to use this as another channel to reach and engage with potential clients. It is definitely the technology of the future and how people are going to be start engaging and building their loyalty with businesses and brands. So I hope that you guys found this helpful. If you did, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and give this video a like, and make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way every time we publish a new episode of Digital Dive with Homes for Heroes, you'll be notified, and you'll also be notified every time we publish a great episode of Real Talk with Homes for Heroes, a podcast that we publish to YouTube as well. So thank you so much for tuning in to Digital Dive with Homes for Heroes, and I'll see you guys next week.